Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, October 12. The government is seeking to expand its investment in the agriculture sector with the establishment of a multi-million US dollar organic high-tech greenhouse and integrated supply chain operation. Dubbed Land We Love Organic Greenhouse, this $95 million US dollar farm will be in Goshen, St. Elizabeth. The project is a joint venture equity investment. Minister with responsibility for agriculture and fisheries, Audley Shaw, says the certified farm will be the largest by far in the region. He was addressing the opening day of the virtual Caribbean AgTech Investment Summit 2021 recently.
The project will be undertaken on a 200-acre property over a 7-year period, will specialize in heritage and heirloom produce, TOV tomatoes, bell peppers, bush beans, garlic, strawberries, cucumbers, sweet corn, watermelon, and other assortments of fresh produce.
Meanwhile, the establishment of the state-of-the-art fully integrated supply chain operation will be at a cost of $6 million US. The aim is to deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to satisfy the domestic demand as well as the tourism sector. The joint venture equity investment involves the production, warehousing, cold storage, and multi-channel distribution of fresh produce in the domestic market.
JFVL's business model involves the engagement of contract farmers to farm a 600-acre property under the company's direct management. A feasibility study on the project is now completed.
A new vaccination registration system has been put in place for the elderly, shut-ins, and persons with disabilities. This will allow for health departments to identify persons who have special circumstances and may not be able to visit a vaccination site. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie says persons may go online to register at moh.gov.jm/elder vaccination.
This online form is completed for each elderly disabled shut-in who is seeking to be vaccinated. The tool allows the person completing the form to indicate that the person being registered is in an institution or a private home. The parish health department will review the geographic distribution of the registrants and make contact by telephone in order to confirm an authentic request and to schedule and undertake the visit to the home or institution for the vaccine intervention.
Meanwhile, the Chief Medical Officer says although the numbers are trending downward, the country's COVID-related hospitalization is still too high. As of October 10, the number stood at 419, of which 90 are moderately ill, 53 severely ill, and 30 in critical condition. There were 258 new cases over the 24-hour period and 25 deaths. Dr. Bisesa McKenzie says there is currently an increase in daily admission, with 8 hospitals now in the red alert zone for COVID isolation capacity.
This means that despite the trending down of hospitalizations, if the trend for admissions going up continues, then our bed occupancy will increase.
Dr. Bisesa McKenzie is encouraging persons to follow the safety protocols of sanitizing, wearing a mask, and physical distancing. She is also urging persons to protect themselves against the effects of COVID-19 by taking the vaccine.
As the Christmas season approaches, we want to ensure that there's a decrease in the need for hospitalizations for COVID-19. The vaccine will protect you against serious illness, hospitalizations, and deaths.
Government is aiming to have 1 million Jamaicans vaccinated by November 30. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the disclosure during a recent tour of vaccination blitz sites in north-central Clarendon. To meet the target, Mr. Holness says the state will be partnering with private sector, churches, trade unions, and other stakeholders. The redoubling of efforts will also ensure that all vaccines are used before they expire.
I was not satisfied that we had to destroy 60,000 vaccines. I'm not here casting blame, but I'm saying that all persons should look into themselves, including those who didn't take the vaccines, and in a sense reflect upon that and say, Jamaica's reputation internationally could have been impacted by this, and our ability to come out of the pandemic in quick fashion would also have been impacted.
The Senate has passed 2 bills that will give the right of appeal to the prosecution in criminal matters in the parish and Supreme Courts. The bills are the Judicature Appellate Jurisdiction Amendment Act 2021 and the Judicature Parish Courts Amendment Act 2021, which were passed without amendments. Leader of Government Business in the Senate, Kamina Johnson-Smith, who piloted the bill last Friday, says under the present law, the prosecution has no right of appeal against a verdict in criminal proceedings.
They will allow the prosecutor to refer an acquittal to the Court of Appeal for their opinion on any point of law or any point of mixed law and fact under the Judicature Appellate Jurisdiction Act. And they will amend the Criminal Administration Act to provide an exception to the rule against autrefois or the rule against double jeopardy, which would allow the prosecution, again with the consent of the DPP, to apply to the Court of Appeal to quash an acquittal and direct a retrial in limited circumstances.
Minister Johnson-Smith says the bill will also apply where a verdict of acquittal was incorrectly upheld by the trial judge. In addition, it will apply where the sentence was too lenient for the offense or where the court did not have the power to pass the sentence. The bills will also amend the Legal Aid Act to allow legal aid to be available to a respondent in any criminal appeal. And finally, the United Kingdom government has lifted its travel advisory against all non-essential travel to Jamaica. The update, which was issued by the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, removes the COVID-19 related restrictions against the country based on the current assessment of risks associated with the pandemic. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the announcement is a major boost for the island's tourism industry. He indicated that the Jamaican government is eagerly anticipating the welcoming of visitors from the UK to the country. The lifting of the ban by the UK government follows the announcement by the Foreign Affairs Ministry that Jamaica's COVID-19 vaccination card is now recognizable by British authorities. Previously, all residents traveling to the UK had to follow the 2-day and 8-day tests and a 10-day quarantine because the card was not accepted. However, fully vaccinated travelers to the UK will not be asked to quarantine but will be required to take a PCR test 2 days after arrival. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.